Hey everyone, in this video we're going to give you a tour of this tiny earthship. It was built with one U-shaped wall of tires that are filled with earth, and they're stacked on top of each other to create the structure. It has a sloping green roof. It has a bedroom, a kitchen, and a bathroom inside, so it has everything you need, even a wood stove for heat on cold nights. So let's go check it out. We're here in Portugal in a town called Colares, and we heard about this earthship and we decided to come check it out. It's a really interesting size. It's something that I think Matt and I could live in for a long time. There is actually another couple who are living here for the winter, but usually it's a vacation rental in the summer. So it has everything you need for two people except maybe a couch. There's a full kitchen here. So there's a small fridge, there's storage underneath, a sink, and there's a gas cooktop and oven over here. There's a small wood stove. I don't imagine they use it a lot because in Portugal, I mean, it's December right now and it's really sunny and we're in t-shirts, so it doesn't get too cold, but nights here can still get a little bit chilly, so that would be really nice to have. The couple who are staying here told me that they're trying to reduce their waste as much as possible, so you can see they've got a lot of their bulk food in jars, which is really nice to see. There's a nice double bed here with a little bit of storage for clothes and everything over there. You can see some of the bottles that are in the wall, kind of a signature of an earthship. And there's a small sitting area right here. So you can kind of see the outline of the tires in the wall. That's the structure I mentioned at the beginning. And so usually when we've toured earthships, they've kind of plastered over everything, and so it's just a smooth wall, but we really like the effect of getting to see what the building was made out of, and it also provides some nice shelving for little knickknacks and things like that. The building is positioned to face south, and there's no trees or other buildings in the way, so they get direct sun all day long. And there's these two double patio doors that allow for passive solar energy to enter into the space. It heats up the mass in the floor and in the walls, and that kind of acts as a battery and holds a lot of energy and then releases it, so it creates a more stable temperature in here all day long. So in the winter, when the sun is lower, it can come in deeper into the building and heat it up a little bit more, and during the summer, when the sun is higher, there's an overhang hanging over top of the doors that blocks it a little bit. But apparently it does still get quite warm in here, so there are curtains that you can close during the day so that it doesn't overheat. So over here we're at the end of the U-shaped room, so this is kind of the end of the earthship part of the building, and then they built the bathroom on as an addition. So you just go through the door, and there's a nice spacious bathroom in here. So there's a sink, a toilet, and a shower just like you would see in a regular bathroom. They are hooked up to municipal plumbing, and so they don't have a septic tank or a grey water bed or anything like that. This property does have a large solar panel array, but it doesn't directly power the buildings here. So what happens is the energy from their solar panels goes onto the grid, and then they receive a credit for the energy that they're producing, and then they can use energy from the grid. So although they're not directly getting that sustainable solar power, they are feeding that amount of energy into the system. And so it's almost like this building is solar powered. Another thing to notice is that a lot of what is in here has been reclaimed or reused, so nothing seems to be brand new. The fridge, the kitchen cabinets, the stove, it all looks like it's secondhand. And it's really nice to see that, especially in an earthship where kind of the underlying philosophy is to reuse items that would otherwise be discarded and kind of give them a second life. That said, this isn't a true earthship because the structure doesn't include all 6 design principles set out by Michael Reynolds, who's the pioneer of earthships. It's a passive solar structure, it's built with recycled and natural materials, and it indirectly uses solar energy, but it doesn't treat wastewater, produce food, or collect rainwater. Overall, Matt and I really love the size of this earthship. It seems like a really good size for a couple. There's space to eat, there's a bed, bathroom, good sized kitchen, you know, it has all of the basics. One thing that we did notice is that there's no couch, there's just one comfortable chair, and so we would probably want to have at least 2 comfortable chairs because we do like to hang out together. But one thing that we did think of is that because we're in Portugal and the climate here is so mild and it's often really nice out, I think you end up spending a lot more of your time outside. So there's a huge deck, there's a pond right in front of the Earthship where you can go swimming, there's lots of trails around here, gardens and other places where you can hang out. So depending on where you live, that might affect what size of a space you can handle living in. If we were in a really cold climate where we had to spend 6 months indoors, this might start to feel a little bit cramped after a while. It really depends. In terms of storage, it does feel like there's a good amount of storage under the kitchen area. There's a few shelves back there for food, and then we would probably add some bins under the bed. And then there's a dresser over here. So not a ton of storage, but a decent amount. This Earthship isn't a standalone structure, it's actually part of a larger compound where there's a lot of sustainable projects going on. And so the woman who owns this property, she's got a home, and then there's this Earthship, there's also a yurt and a straw bale home here, and there's different people who come and live here and stay here throughout the year working on different projects. There's someone here who's just started a vegan food preparation project. Another person has co-founded a tree planting project to try and reforest areas in Portugal. There's a yoga teacher here and a yoga studio. There's chickens and gardens and fruit trees, and so there's a lot of different stuff going on. It's really exciting to arrive here and meet all these different people who are trying to do positive things and have a positive impact. So if you're interested in staying in a place like this and kind of tapping into that energy, or just seeing what it's like to stay in an Earthship like this, we found this place on the Glamping Hub website, and so we'll put a link to their website in the description of the video. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more alternative living videos, you can check out our playlists, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our new videos. We put a new one out every single week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.